Welcome to AlexGs Aquarium, everybody. I hope you have a Merry Christmas and Happy Holiday wherever you are in the world. I just want to do a quick video today. It is Christmas Eve and it's a very busy day for me, and I'm sure for many of you, so I'll keep this video brief. I want to do a little bit more in the way of content this week, but I just could not do it with my schedule being so busy. I'm sure you've already noticed, if you haven't already, I have got some of my reef lighting over the 480 gallon tank. I have a total of 8 39 watt T5 bulbs that I installed. I bought 4 of the BRS retrofit kits, so I could put a total of 8 bulbs over it. But for now, I just have them on timers. I have 2 different types of bulbs I went with. I went with the ATI Blue Plus bulbs, and I also went with the ATI Coral Plus bulbs. I think it gives it a really nice balanced look for now. This is not all the lighting that's going to be on the 480 gallon tank. There will definitely be more lighting coming here very soon. It's already been ordered. Just wait for it to come in, and it will go right down the middle here. I'll let you guys take some time and think about what I might be getting down the middle here. I'll be interested to see what you guys come up with if you don't already know. That's the main thing that's been going on in the 1600 gallon system. I got one modification I'm going to be doing to the protein skimmer in the next couple of weeks. To get that done, talk about it a little bit more. I also did a little bit of work in the refuge tank, and I dosed ChemiClean. Let's take a look. I also went ahead and took some action on the refugium tank in the last week. I had quite a bit of cyanobacteria starting to really take off in here. It literally was coating about 80 to 90% of the rock in here. Had the entire back glass going, and a lot of the front glass getting covered as well. And well, that's just not good. And you know, I thought, well, let's let it run its course for a little while, and it was kind of doing that for about 2 weeks, and it was progressively just getting a little worse every day. And I tried going with a couple of days of just turning the lights out, and that did help a bit, but ultimately I needed to do a little bit more. I turned off the water flow to this tank for 48 hours. I moved the MP40 I had for water flow up to the top of the tank to maximize oxygen. I also added an air stone to it. On top of that, I really want to preserve all the life that's in this 150 gallon refuge tank, because a lot of the bioluminescent animals, such as the brittle stars that I've been watching, live in here, and I want to make sure they did good. And also the mammoth shrimp is a resident in this refuge tank. I wanted to make sure that it did okay as well. Well, after the 48-hour period, most of it was pretty much gone. There's still a couple little spots of it here and there, and it's actually been kind of going away slowly over the last day. I did run into one challenge with doing this. Because I separated it from the system, I did have to worry about heating this tank, because even though the rest of the environment here is still pretty warm, it wasn't enough to keep the 150 warm. And the first night I decided I'd just let it go, and unfortunately it dropped to about just under 75 degrees, which is a little too low. I rigged up my Apex to be the primary heater controller and threw a 500 watt heater I had in. So it took care of it for those couple days. Everything is doing well. That's the update I really want to talk about. It's getting the lighting on the 480 gallon reef, at least part of it, and getting the 150 gallon refuge tank cleaned up from cyanobacteria with some chemical. Let's take a brief look at the 480 gallon display now with all the T5s up and running. Turn the lights out here on purpose so you guys can see just how bright the 480 gallon tank looks now with all the T5s running. Let me go ahead and I'll turn on the Blue Plus individually and the Coral Plus individually so you can see the difference. That's the update I had for the 1600 gallon system, everybody. I hope you enjoyed today's brief video on how the tank's been doing. I'll have a year in review video coming up next week, just talk about all the fun things that happened over this last year that I've been making videos on YouTube. If you liked the video, please give me that thumbs up. Let me know you liked it. If you didn't like it, that's okay. go ahead and hit a thumbs down. That's okay. And if you want to see more on the 1600 gallon system, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. The tanks are just now starting to get fired up. I got some fish in here finally, and even though I've been working through some challenges with the fish lately and having some fish loss, the couple of corals that I do have in here, my bubbles are looking good, and it's going to be a lot of fun in the next few months as I continue to add more and more life to these tanks. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and I will see you on the next video.